Welcome back to the Beach Bobcast podcast. My name is Captain My name is Captain Reptile, joined once again by On File 944. I'm messing up, and joined today by the one and only Natural Causes. How's it going, Nat?
Hello. Good, thanks.
Yeah, what's your favorite dinosaur, and why is it the green T-Rex?
I mean, I'm just a fan of the classic theropods. So, like, Raptor, Rex, Tarbosaurus. Like, my three favorites. And I don't know, I've just always liked them. Like, even there was an old... Can't remember what... I think it was Zoo Tycoon, where they had a dinosaur expansion. And then that just like made a whole massive park with a bunch of dinosaurs in it. It's pretty cool.
To this day, I'm still trying to find out how to get the Zoo Tycoon complete edition or complete collection on PC. Now that they don't make it anymore. But yeah, I remember playing those games. Those games are fantastic. What would you say is your favorite dinosaur from each map?
So in ARK, my favorite creature overall is probably the snow owl. Just because that was like the first creature I sort of fell in love with, because I only got ARK because I only got my PC in 2020. And so I just never had a PC, and I watched ARK a few years ago. And then when I started playing, one of the admins had the snow owl, and I was hooked. I was like, oh, this thing is so cool. Being able to like see the heat vision, I thought it was awesome. So
yeah,
I just got hooked on the snow owl. So Aberration, I hate that map.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Every person we've had on here so far has loved Aberration.
So there's a good reason I hate it. Time I played it as a complete noob. I had no clue what I was doing. So I spawned onto the map, I transferred across. All I had with me was one of my snow owls. And then I go and I spawn in the easy zone.
The portal.
Yeah, that's not. It's a complete lie.
Played Aberration knows that is not what you do. You do not spawn in the easy zone. So I was getting attacked by basilisks. I was getting drugged out by mushrooms. I didn't even know that was the mushrooms doing it. So I was just confused out of my mind.
Yeah, the
what
mushrooms
was happening.
Well, to be fair, there is a section on Aberration in a cave headed towards the surface that drugs you the minute you walk into it. That doesn't have mushrooms in it. So
Yeah, that place is stupid.
I usually just run right through.
So yeah, I've had a dislike towards Aberration just because I never actually learned how to play it properly, is the thing.
So what you're saying is you're gonna do 100 days on Aberration next, right?
Yeah, bro.
Now you have to.
I have an idea in mind for something like that.
Well, I look forward to it. What about the rest of the maps, though? Do you also hate Scorched Earth? Because I know that's one of the more hated maps amongst the community.
Nah, I don't mind Scorched Earth. I thought Scorched Earth was fine.
I enjoy that.
I always
map a lot.
thought Scorched Earth was really fun.
But then Scorched Earth, I haven't done a like starting out on it. I transferred across with stuff.
Oh, so you're prepared for it.
Yeah.
I'm like the up.
I like switched over from vanilla to modded, and I just never looked back.
Yeah, that's how I've been playing on Xbox and going to PC, and I was like, well, now I can do mods. Goodbye vanilla. So what's your favorite map then? If you don't like Aberration.
Extinction, actually.
Really? I haven't heard that.
Because it's the first map I beat legitimately, so
Oh,
I just
okay.
have a love for it.
That's fair. Are you also one of those guys who just doesn't really mind or doesn't like Genesis? Because again, that's one of those maps that a lot of people don't like.
I didn't mind Genesis. Like, I played it when it came out, but at that stage I was already doing some modded stuff. So we had the Crystal Isles Dino expansion mod.
Oh, okay.
And those are some of my super early videos, which were absolutely terrible. Where I was using like a flaming Uteranus to do the Genesis Brute missions. And was just messing around with that. And those are some of my first videos, which have terrible audio quality and I cringe when I see them.
Hey, if you don't have a terrible first video, you're not a good YouTuber. Actually, I saw a trailer. So, it wasn't ARK related. And this is going to sound dumb of me to say because I'm going to sound like everybody else. But I saw this UE5 snippet where they were showing off a couple games for UE5. And there was a T-Rex standing on a cliff roaring. And I know it wasn't related to ARK 2 because it didn't have... It wasn't the Rex model from ARK 2. But I just thought it was funny that they added a T-Rex into that trailer. Kind of hinting at... Showing off that ARK 2 is going to be one of the bigger games for Unreal Engine 5's release.
Oh, well, it's just showing off that dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Everyone loves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm expecting to hear something about a community crunch and seeing ARK 2. I hope it's within the next at least couple months. People are getting impatient with ARK 2 not being talked about enough.
I mean, if you saw the tweet that was sent out by the Survived ARK when they shared the first proof that that clip we saw was actually in fact ARK 2, because until that point they hadn't actually said that is fact.
The new picture, you mean? The one that they just recently... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you see in that latest the tweet where they sent it out, they said news coming soon, I think it was. Or
Yeah, they said...
yeah, I saw that.
What did they say?
We're excited to share more about a brutal world of survival soon.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I find it funny that a lot of people who had seen it were, like, wondering if it was going to be on Unreal Engine 4 or 5, but the very first trailer that we saw, well, maybe not the trailer, but some of the context behind that mentioned that it was going to be on Unreal Engine 5. So, I'm just...
Yeah, a lot of the employees had said, oh, it's Unreal Engine 5, and I think NaturalCauzes as well also said it's Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
But they hadn't said on the official Twitter page that it was Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, I know I saw somebody related to Wildcard had mentioned Unreal Engine 5, which is why I was confused, why everybody was like, it might be Unreal Engine 4. I'm like, no, I saw facts about that, but... So, I'm so excited. What dinosaur do you want to see in ARK 2? That is not the snow owl.
I mean, we saw said pretty much anything that was on the Genesis 2 ship is canon to ARK 2 and could, in theory, be on the world because obviously the ship crashed down to the planet that ARK 2 is on.
Mm-hmm.
So, in theory, any creature from that spaceship could make it to the video.
Yeah.
Make it to the next game.
Make it to the video.
Whatever. That's...
No, I know what you meant.
It's definitely... Like, I think Maywings... Like, I've recently fallen in love with Maywings, as has everyone else. So, I think Maywings could be a really cool addition. I mean, could you just imagine seeing the side nipples in Unreal Engine 5?
Oh my gosh.
My mind wasn't even going there. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to see Maywing. And then my mind was hyper focused on the Maywing point, and you went to side nipples, and my mind just was like a record scratch.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, that's the meme about the Maywing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, the what are they? They're called the nipple glider or milk glider or something like that, aren't they? Milk glider is what they're called. Yeah, milk glider.
Yeah.
So you said Maywing. So actually, looking into the story of ARK 2, if you had not ARK 2, ARK 1 Genesis Part 2, if you watch the final cutscene, you can see that the ring of Eden, is it? It's Eden. Yeah, Eden is floating above that planet that Vin Diesel's character crashes onto. Do you think we're gonna see that ring either on the planet or in space, hovering above the planet, kind of like Halo kind of does.
Well,
Oh yeah.
if you look in the trailer, you can see the ring is like on the planet covered in vegetation. Because I made a video about it.
Yeah, if you look at some of their concept art, like there's the big, like as Vin Diesel and his kid walk out, you can like see the ring in the background there.
Is that? Can you? I never made that connection. Hold on, let me go. I'm gonna go quickly. Take a look at that. Yeah, because I didn't make that call. I saw the floating islands, which caught my attention, but I never saw the floating island or the floating rings. I'm contradicting myself. Yeah, ads. So, Fire, did you ever say what dinosaur you wanted to see in ARK 2? I know we had talked about this before.
I don't know. I think I probably would have said like wyvern or something.
That's right. Yeah, you did see a wyvern. And I told you I hope you don't see a wyvern because it's, well, it's generic, I guess, would be the thing to say. Oh, you can see the ring. It's all kind of broken, but it's there.
It's like completely overtaken by vegetation, but
yeah, I never made
that's
that.
clearly a ring.
Yeah, I never made that correlation. I honestly thought it was just the way it was. Yeah, that's the ring. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Look at that. That ring looks really small.
I made a video about it when I saw it.
Well, now you know. I don't watch all your videos. I actually don't watch
Bonfire?
Yeah, I don't watch. Honestly, when I watch YouTube, I watch like Neebs Gaming. That's really about it. I'll go out of my way and I'll watch a couple 100 days here and there. Actually, I watched ARK Solo's Lost Island 100 Days. I didn't realize I was listening to a videography of a Dr. Seuss book, though.
With all the rhymes.
Yeah.
No, it was good though. I enjoyed
No,
it.
yeah, she had good flow. I liked it. So you like the snow owl. Did you ever mention... No, you never mentioned what your favorite dino was from all the other maps. You said snow owl. Do you like... Are you also a fan of the Thylacoleo? Because that seems to have been a running thing that everybody likes the Thylacoleo.
I think it's cool, but it's not one of my favorites.
Okay.
No.
I'm not alone here then.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite unique creature from the center? Oh wait.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
The Cochrodontosaurus.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one. I remember when that first came out, everybody was like, oh, the Cochrodontosaurus is going to come exclusively to the center since it doesn't have one. And I'm like, the center is a forgotten map. Nobody plays on that map to stay on that map.
Nah. I have a feeling that the Cocker is, based on how they've announced it, that it's just going to be added to every single map.
That's what they said, is
Yeah,
that
that's
it
what it
will
sounds
be
like.
because they said when they announced it, showed up the dossier and everything, that it is going to spawn on every single map. It's just like a whole new creature coming to the game. Not exclusive to any maps. They already got...
They haven't done that in ages.
No, they haven't. They've been doing map exclusives, and then models are like, no, we don't like that. This dinosaur's coming to this map, and then there it is.
I mean, they've kind of accidentally added the Dinopithecus to Valguero, so you know.
Did they?
It spawns in the redwoods because for Lost Island they use the same spawn container. So on Valguero they naturally spawn.
I didn't know that. That's
Dinopithecus
funny.
now.
Don't fix that wild card. Keep it the way it is. Valguero needs another dino.
Everyone's been
I knew
saying
that
that.
Is it still like that? Because I knew it was like that when it came out.
As far as I'm aware, it is still like that. I haven't seen any patch notes indicating otherwise.
Huh. Well, hopefully they don't fix it. I do like the Deinonychus, but I think having the Dinopithecus in there will bring some love to Valguero as well. Is that Kraken?
Welcome, Kraken.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, it took me an extra second there. I had to reconfigure my whole microphone cord situation. Recording something on my other computer the other day, so that's great. Awesome. I love that, especially when I'm already like what, a half hour late. That's great. Thanks, past self. Well, hello, NaturalCauzes.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I've seen you lingering around in the podcast server for a while now.
was one of the first to join. Like, right when Capt was thinking of starting the podcast, I said it was a great idea.
I'm sorry, what's that? I was AFK.
Right when you started the podcast, I was already back then saying it's a great idea and should go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Why the hell did it take so long to get you in an episode then?
We had to punch a couple episodes out first, okay? We don't.
I was never asked, and I'm not going to ask myself.
Just send me
The way I see it, Cap is the number 1 because he assembled the team, right? I'm number 2 because I edit the video side. On Fire is a close 3 because he's the 3rd host.
What do you mean close 3? He is number 3. Well, okay, that's aggressive.
Well, he's not like a distant 3rd. He's a close 3rd because he's a host.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Right? What do you?
Well, no,
what do you mean a close.
Like the way you said it. No, the way you said it, you're like, well, he's kind of a close 3. Like he's got competition to be number 3.
Okay, I didn't mean any shade by that. I want that fully clarified.
Don't shade.
From my point of view, I saw Cap show up first, then On Fire showed up second, and now you.
Oh, Kraken's a close 3. Gotcha.
All right, you know what? You're right. I will stop editing the video side of the podcast. Everyone else, good luck.
Hey, you know what? Kraken?
You know what? I've made the difficult decision to abandon the Beach Bobcast in favor of pursuing personal goals. I'm gonna pull a JonTron on you guys right now.
In my favorite
title. It's like
Kraken quits the podcast.
Podcast broke us up.
The final podcast.
The final Bobcast.
Final
Good title.
Clickbait.
On Fire. Why?
That is the podcast.
Just added me in that meme with you around my throat as Mr. Krabs.
Have you seen that meme, Nat?
I think I have.
Yeah.
Click on the meme tab.
Yeah, if you go to memes and then click on the most recent episode, the most recent message that Fire said.
Let's see, they're on fire watching.
Yeah.
Get strangled as while Cap strangles Kraken.
And then if you scroll up slightly, there's the alternate version.
Yeah, bro, it's Kraken strangling me. Fire's just a bystander on all of this.
Yeah.
He's like watching mom and dad fighting. Go stay with your grandparents.
Who's the mom?
We haven't decided.
I was just about to say, very poor choice of words, Cap.
Hey, you know what? In this day and age, it's fine. You never know.
Me?
Alright, next topic before we get canceled, before this episode gets pushed out.
I think we're gonna cut that section.
No, that whole section's getting cut.
No, I can't see it. We'll use.
Yeah, no.
The final podcast is looking pretty good.
NaturalCauzes invokes the final podcast.
Let it be known that we here at Distractable do not care what your sexual preference. Distractable, wait a second. Beach Bobcast podcast.
Just move on to the next topic, please.
Welcome back to our new podcast. Welcome to Jackin' with Kraken. Today we have NaturalCauzes on the show.
No.
You're right.
What?
Edging the chain gun.
We've taken over the Distractable podcast on accident, so.
How does that happen?
Because I meant to say we here at Beach Bobcast, and I said we here at Distractable.
What is Distractable?
That's Markiplier's podcast with Bob and Wade.
Oh.
It's absolutely fantastic. Don't listen to us. Go listen to them.
Feastables.
Feastables. I haven't heard that one.
Chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar.
Oh, by Mr. Beast.
Oh.
This is like Distractables. What's that? No.
Well, this is a mess. Can we get back to the ARK topics?
Yes, please.
Kraken joins and
What's
it goes
your
to
favorite
shit.
food in ARK?
Definitely rare mushrooms. I love the way that they just take away my eyesight and blind me. Because, like, if you eat a whole stack of them, you're blind for 20 real minutes.
Dude, I remember when they used to be like the best food in the game because they didn't give you any.
Yeah,
like,
no, they had
effects.
not. They had no bad
give you-
effects.
And then one update they decided, hey, let's make it to where these mushrooms make you blind and the rare flowers make everything attack you, and it's like.
Okay, but I actually low-key really like the rare flowers, though, because they're really useful for taming, like, tapajaras and stuff.
Yeah.
They can be. Remember, because people used to use them for what is it, the tech cave, like where you could get them to jump in the lava.
Mm-hmm.
The dinosaurs.
Yeah, the
just by
pheromone darts.
using
They dart
pheromone
the
darts. Yeah.
giga towards the end of the cave.
Yeah, you could just get them in the lava and kill them that way. Which is pretty funny. I wish I would have done that when it was a thing.
I would only ever use them to tame toppies.
I mean, something I saw Ray Flowers being used recently was on Kruger's 100 Days for the fishing mission. You use Ray Flowers
yeah.
to get all the fish to come to you.
I saw that.
Oh, that's it. It's a pro gamer move.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I mean, I used honey. I'd use honey. I'd throw honey in the water, and then they would swim for the honey, and then you could just catch a whole bunch.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah, that's a good point. Kraken, to catch you up, we've already talked about his favorite dinos, and we've talked about his favorite map, and it's not Aberration because he's a heathen.
Shade. But it's the Thylacoleo, though, right?
No, he's not a heathen in that aspect.
Who are you?
You guys are the heathens for liking the Thylas. Kraken, you joined late. Do you got any questions for Mr. Nat? For Mr. Causes?
Not at the moment, no. How long has this been going on for?
33 minutes.
Okay.
As long as that. Damn.
And we probably cut out like 10 minutes of that.
Yeah, half it's gonna be us just fighting, so it's gonna be about 25
I
minutes.
didn't want a repeat of the Depths episode where I came in for the last 5 minutes, ruined the entire episode.
You really, yeah.
When you asked them that.
Asked a bad question and
that
then
was-
complete change of pace.
Yeah, listen. All right, well, moving on from that,
Yeah.
here's a question for you, Natural Causes, and this can also extend a little bit to On Fire. So I've actually seen a 100 Days video from both of you guys, and I'm not going to say which was my favorite, but I'm kidding. But like, how long does one of those take to make? Because that seems like it would be a colossal undertaking.
They are pretty intense.
Well, you streamed
like,
yours, didn't you, File?
I did.
But
just
you
did a
also
little bit
edited it,
different.
though.
Yeah. Well, I just streamed it, recorded it, and streamed it at the same time.
Gotcha,
And
and
then
you,
just-
okay. Gotcha.
Well, I'll give you an idea. I released my last one on the 10th of March, and then I started the playthrough for Pugnacia on the 11th of March, and it's still not out yet.
Oh, no.
For me, they take about 50 days.
50
Is what
real
I'm
world days?
Yeah.
Well, so-
I mean,
So one whole day in ARK, depending on the map you play on, is what 40 minutes?
1 hour.
1
Something
hour.
like that.
Okay, yeah. So 100 hours just to go into ARK, and if you can only do it like maybe 8 hours a day, depending on how long you record for, then yeah.
Oh, it's also just because you've obviously got all the gameplay,
Mm-hmm.
then the scripting, then the voiceover, then the editing, and all of that. It just adds up very quickly. And obviously, you don't want to just be doing it for the whole time, all the time. Like, I've been doing other videos in between and doing other stuff. So they just end up taking a while, but they pay off. Or at least they're paying off for me at the moment.
Well, yeah, no, those seem to always get really good views. I see those in my feed all the time. God, just about the closest thing I've ever edited to something like that was when Halo Infinite first came out. I played through the full game, not on stream, because I'm not really like big enough to stream.
Hey, I still
I
stream.
played through the whole game, and I recorded all my reactions to it and all, good gameplay moments and stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to make 500 Halo Infinite videos here in the foreseeable future. So what I did was I basically cut it into one massive long take. And I think the video was like 2 hours and 15 minutes long, something like that. And that took me, like, usually I can fully edit one of my videos between 3 and 5 sessions, a few hours here, a few hours there. But this video took me, I think, like 2 weeks to fully because it was like over 100 gigabytes of footage. I mean, it was so much to edit. And I wasn't even doing like crazy edits. It was all basically just cuts because it was so much. But yeah, no, I mean, I can't imagine putting together something similar to that that you also have to write a script for and then do like comical edits in there too. I mean, holy crap. That's
Well,
just...
I mean, I still have all my footage from my Primal Fear and the Hunted 100 Days. Both of those are over 1 terabyte in size.
Nope. You're on your own now.
One thing
Oh.
I don't like, I don't even do it, but scripting, like, I kind of just like do whatever.
Yeah, I wing it.
When the
I don't
voiceover
script.
comes. Yeah.
That's
wing the
that's
voiceover.
become my exact strategy for when I need to do a scripted portion of the video. I kind of do a couple of dry takes where I kind of like, I try to conceptualize kind of what I want to say and how I want it to flow,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just go for it.
Yeah.
Because that's the great part about being a YouTuber or whatever, is you can always fix it in post, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've recently released a video, which is actually really fun to do. We did ARK Bingo. We did like a competitive thing where I did
saw
it with
that.
a guy called Rampy, where we had to complete 13 out of 25 tasks first, and it was actually really fun to do. And that was like 3 days, so like 1 day that we recorded and then 2 days to edit it, which was actually quite good fun.
Here. Okay.
You are down bad for Vin Diesel. You can't deny that.
I mean, it's more of a
Exactly.
singular same-sex interaction as opposed to anything beyond that.
Man
But-
crush. It's a man crush, but there's nothing that leads from it.
Exactly. I mean, all I'm saying though is if he was in my room though.
Alrighty, change the topic. So, can we
No,
get
no,
back to
back onto topic.
Can we get back to
Yes.
ARK, because this has changed. I had this
I
one
feel bad. I
question.
permanently changed the course of the episode.
Why did we invite you, Kraken?
You don't really invite me. I
You,
just show up.
yeah, you invite yourself. You show up when you want, not on time.
You didn't invite me to the podcast, Cap.
I did.
Literally joined.
No,
you didn't.
well,
No, you
no, you
I private messaged you and I'm like,
Yes,
hey, that sounds like
because-
a lot of fun.
because I said if
That's very
anybody's
on fire.
interested, DM me.
What?
Who wants? What'd you say? What'd you say that?
All right, Cap. Sorry, we have a guest this week. We have to
Oh,
save this for a
whatever you know.
non-guest week.
You good?
Yep. Good.
File goes to therapy every Monday, or every day after
I'd
the
like to
podcast.
apologize personally to Natural Causes, our guest, and we've completely just. It's bad.
Yeah, this is
You get
not.
used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it. I'm sorry that
Alright,
you can
alright.
say you're used to it. That's not a good thing.
All right, causes. Why don't you throw out an ARK topic and we can go from there?
No, I had one. I had one cooking, and you cut me off again. No. What are some things you want to see come to ARK 2 aside from dinosaurs, like better animations, better models, gameplay, all that stuff.
I want seasons. Like, we have kind of got seasons on Aberration, where like
Mhm.
the day cycles change, like as it goes on. But I want to see more. Like, we had an event however long ago where for Winter Wonderland they changed the island to be completely snow.
Yeah, and then they
But the problem-
changed.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then they changed the island to be fall when it was Fear Evolved. They
Fear
changed.
Evolved.
Yeah.
And let me say that fall aesthetic on the island is my all-time favorite look. For that
Oh,
map.
100%. Yeah.
I think they should have added a permanent like fall biome, maybe on like the outskirts of the redwoods type thing, because just it's something about that like look is so good to me. Like it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But what they should have done in addition to that is make it like literally just drop the temperature of the map by like 10-20 degrees, so that it gets like it's actually a colder map as well, even though because all the snow and you're running around and you're getting hot, like it just doesn't make sense. It feels off. But you could like have these seasons where you could obviously have it like a dedicated winter biome, but like every winter it will expand and more areas will get cold and it'll like be the sort of shrinking seasonal effect. And
That would be
as
really
well as
cool.
I also think like dino behaviors, so you could add into that to go with the seasons. Like as it gets colder, they all migrate down to the warmer areas. So
Oh,
it
dude!
ends up
Here's
getting-
another cool mechanic that's just it's cooking there. So it's the winter time. So the island's mammals now hibernate. So you have to go into like caves to find the bears and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be
What if the
awesome.
entire ocean freezes and you can't go into the water anymore?
Well, you have to be
Oh.
careful between like immersion and like ruining the player experience.
I think you should be able
It's
to
like
break the ice, maybe.
At the end of the day, the ocean wouldn't freeze over because salt water is
Yeah,
a
that's
much
true.
higher, much
know,
lower
it's
freezing point.
Jug. But like some like little ponds and stuff would probably freeze over.
Yeah, you
like,
could do
you
like
have
like that
frozen
one.
ponds.
What's that one lake on the island where all the beavers are?
I
Oasis.
don't know what it's called.
Oh yeah,
but I know what
the,
you're talking
the hidden
about.
oasis. Yeah.
Hidden Oasis, yes. That could
It's
freeze.
the first spot they show in the
Yeah.
original ARK trailer.
Yep, that's the very first place you see on the original ARK trailer. It's a fair point.
The more you know.
So yeah, you could
Anyway,
have
what
like
were you saying about it?
just like dino behaviors to go with the whole season sort of thing.
Like
that'd be
sleeping.
cool.
I want to see like when it comes nighttime, nocturnal dinos stay out, but like dinosaurs like Trikes and Stegos and whatnot would, rest. And then once it becomes a specific time of day, they'd wake up. Well, obviously, if you wake them up, they could like wake up groggy, so they're a bit slower. And then as like if you're tranking them or whatever and you're running, the more movement they do, the more awake they get. So if the longer the taming goes, the more dangerous they become. I think would be something that'd be
Funny
that could
part
be
about
cool.
that is like all the nocturnal creatures in ARK now are like the most annoying creatures, like Troodons and Megalosaurus.
Well, did you guys know that?
like-
I'm sure you guys know, but did you guys just if you have a torch on you, the Troodons won't mess with you at night. They're afraid of
Yeah.
afraid of
I
fire.
heard that.
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah. So you should always carry a torch on you if you're gonna go out at night.
Or you could just
mean,
carry
there's-
like a tech rifle.
Well, yeah,
that works
but
too.
a beach bar with a tech rifle.
Or a tech rifle.
But I mean that's like you speak of that carrying the torch with you. I'm gonna bring up the mod The Hunted. If you carry a torch with you, carnivores will actually notice you more, whereas the weaker carnivores will also be afraid
Yeah.
of you,
That's right.
which I think is
Yes.
a pretty cool idea.
That mod
That
definitely
little
looks really
comment
cool.
about the tech rifle made me. It reminded me of these super old ARK animated bits. Have you guys ever seen these?
Is it
They're from Green Man.
Yeah. I was
cartoons.
just gonna say Green
These
Man.
are hilarious, though.
Yeah, because I remember watching the Slipgator episode where Slipgator was in there with them.
Yep, and Brian.
Mhm,
Gotta have Brian.
Brian the
I
Corner.
remember Brian.
And I missed the good old
that-
Slipgator days.
He's a guy that got me into ARK, actually. Well, I was gonna play ARK regardless, but he's the one that got me super hyped for it, because I watched every single one of his videos.
Yeah, that was the same here. Like I was hyped about ARK, but then I watched Slipgator and I got even more hyped.
Yeah.
I can attribute everything to Slipgator. He's the one who got me into ARK, and that's Slipgator. Sorry, Slip. You were impactful, but not the one I was thinking of. The Gaming Beaver not only
Yeah.
introduced me to ARK, but also sort of inspired my style of content on YouTube, and you fed my love of dinosaurs from a young age. So, shout out to Mr. James Beavers.
James Beavers. Who'd you start off with? Yeah.
If you try and get Slipgator on the podcast, that'd be ultimate.
Is he the ultimate? No, that would be
No,
Syntax.
but it would be.
He's one of the greats, but he's not the ultimate. Well, actually, no. The ultimate would be Vin Diesel. Sorry, Syntax.
Did Nat leave? Is he still here? Did he give up on us?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I'm just listening.
I feel bad for you. Listen, if
What
you
got you into ARK, though?
Me?
Yeah, we're gonna have other
Yeah.
people on here wanting to get better at staying on
So-
topic.
The first time I saw ARK was like 4 or 5 years ago when some of the Hermitcraft crew, like Vintage Beef and Etho,
Slip.
Pause were all playing ARK. That was the very first time I saw ARK. And I thought this game was super cool, and I would have loved to have played it then, but I never had a PC. Or a PlayStation at that stage.
Not even
So I
an
only
Xbox?
got my... No, I had no console. I had a
Oh.
cell phone. I
Oh,
didn't know ARK Mobile was a thing. Not that it really is, but anyway.
yeah. We don't bring that up, yo.
Abandonware, the day it came out.
So,
Even then, ARK was
yeah, I
garbage.
eventually bought a PC in 2019, 2020, because I started working full time, and obviously with COVID and restrictions, I had a holiday which got cancelled. So I was like, screw it, gonna use this money that I was gonna spend on the holiday to buy myself a desktop computer, and I did. And then friends of mine were playing ARK, and then they said, hey, come play. So I bought the game, joined them. They all quit a week later. I never quit, and I kept going.
That has happened to me so many times with various friend groups where you
Yeah.
you know, somebody's like, oh, you got to buy this game and play with us. It is fantastic. And you're like, oh, I mean, it looks solid. So you buy it, you love it, but then everyone else leaves. And it's like, well,
Story of my life.
that's
Yeah.
Nat, do you have any questions?
Well, I'll throw it back at you. Well, what's your guys' goals for the podcast? Let's ask that question.
Vin Diesel.
Nope.
Uh,
That's another tick on the episode. Don't forget, you still got to be doing the counter.
oh, not the Vin Diesel countdown. No.
No, I'm not doing the counting. That's a one and done.
thought
guess
you
if
guys
I
had
had to
to
have
to
a-
Vinny D.
Oh, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I'm getting Vinny D on the podcast.
Yeah, well, anyway, I guess my goal for the podcast would just be to get some, like, pretty prominent people as guests, like we were talking about earlier. Maybe Cedric, Mr. Mule, bigger people, Syntaka one day, maybe. But, you know, just get some cool people on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to maybe get in, not like contact or like. Basically, I'd love to get the developers involved in some
Yeah.
capacity, like not as like an officially sponsored thing where they pay us to say stuff, not like that, but like just getting like you were saying, old community managers and stuff like Jat, Jen, Cedric, Jeremy Steiglitz would be really cool to have on. I would love to get Gareth Coker on, who's the composer
Yeah, that would
for
be
the
awesome.
game, especially because he also did stuff for Ori.
I still have his
Halo
contact.
Infinite.
Halo Infinite.
I forgot about
Halo
that.
Infinite.
I still have his contact, and I messaged him before, and he got back to me.
If we ever get Gareth Coker on, I cannot wait to hijack the entire episode into like asking him about Halo Infinite. But
Asking him a
we'll get there when we get there.
a sensitive question
Yeah,
and
that's
ruining
right.
the episode.
Yeah, man, we have to
The work
topic.
conditions at 343 was abysmal. Oh, like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope not.
No, so my goals for the podcast, I mean, the whole reason I started this podcast was I had no big plans for it other than just to meet up with fellow, content creators, talk to them, see what it's like, a day in the life of them, but mainly just get people's backgrounds when it comes to ARK and its community. I enjoy the ARK community, hate the PvP side of it, not gonna lie, but I enjoy talking to like fellow creators who, because everybody comes from somewhere, everybody comes from a different area, so it's just nice to know where they came from and what got them into the game, and then of course what their favorite dinosaurs and parts of the game and what they look forward to. Is really all I meant to do with this podcast, and whether we make money off it or not, of course if we do, it'd be nice, but it's not like it's a necessity.
Yeah, I mean, it's never really been about the money for me. You
No.
know, like I said,
Yeah.
I've been doing YouTube now for probably about 2 years. If you take all of my various channels and stuff and pool it into one like unanimous pool, and it's all about just it's fun. I like goofing off. I've always been like, I this isn't meant to sound pretentious, but like I've always been like the funny friend in my friend group. So like, I don't know. It was kind of a natural calling for me. I loved learning how to edit, and I loved, like, I remember way back when I first started, like, not even on the channels that are, like, public now, but, like, way old school stuff. It would take me, like, 3 hours to make a 40-second meme because I didn't know how to edit, and it took me so long. Because, I mean, everything I know is self-taught. I've never taken a class, and I've never, looked up, like, tutorials or guides. It's just fuck around and find out, basically.
Yeah.
What does this do? Oh, gotta start from scratch now. Awesome. Like,
Yep.
I mean, that's the thing about YouTube. You can't start it with the goal of making money. It's because a small percentage actually end up getting monetized and being able to make decent income out of it. It's great once you can, but to start it, it just has to be able to something that you are able to do with no expectations of receiving any recognition or money whatsoever. So just doing it for fun, making it a pastime, and that's why I started. Literally just because I was bored and I was playing ARK anyway, so I thought, oh, let me just record it and throw the video on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the drive and the attention span to continuously, the mentality that,
Stay hungry, devour.
yeah, basically. You just have to, it's something you just gotta want to do.
Yeah.
And then you can't get mad if you don't see any growth within the first couple videos. You just gotta keep at it. Persistence. I mean, I got Mr. Miola. He hit 1 million subs by the end of 2021. I'm sorry, 2021, and he uploads every single day. I think maybe he's missed a couple of days, but he weekly uploads, daily uploads, and I think that's something that really helps is to get yourself viewed and just gotta get yourself out
when
there.
I started with daily uploads. So I did daily uploads for 416 days. I never missed a single day.
Oh shit. That is some
Yeah, I
commitment
can't.
right there.
Even on the weekends?
Even on weekends, I'd never missed a single day.
I would probably miss Sundays.
There were days where I would not have a video, and I would just end up releasing a video later in the day than what the time I normally release.
Oh, gotcha.
But
it was still that day you'd release
I did that
it.
like when I
It was still that day.
Oh,
Like
first.
there were days where I had pre-recorded like 8 videos, and I lost all of them due to an audio glitch that I never realized when I was rendering them.
Yikes.
And so I uploaded them. Look at my schedule, see, great, I have 8 videos pre-scheduled, and then the video releases and someone comments, "Where's the sound?" And then I go and play it,
Oh man.
and then I see, okay, this video has no sound, and now I'm like, okay, crap, I need to get a video out, otherwise I'm gonna lose my daily video streak.
That is awful. And that is the worst feeling too, because it's happened to me twice in the past. One where in the middle of an hour and a half recording session, because I do like long videos for the most part, I stepped on my mic cord because I do VR, and I didn't realize it. So I go to edit and I'm like, oh my god. So I basically had to write the best script that I could at the time to sort of summarize the end of the video, like the whole second half. That sucked. And just recently, 2 or 3 days ago, I was recording a full segment, like a full 30-minute segment of one of these Attack on Titan games I was playing, and I forgot to hit record.
Oh yeah. I saw
So
you
the
posted
whole
that.
session gone.
Oh, yeah,
like non-recoverable.
You messaged me that too. You're like, dude, I hate my life. I'm just gonna jump off a bridge. I forgot to hit record on this video.
And that's never happened before. I felt so stupid and just how can I let this happen?
Hey, it's gotta happen at least once,
Oh,
man.
this-
Frustrating.
Went to this one time when I first started my channel, 3 months in, and then I did this video that I thought was really cool, and I spent an hour or 2 editing it, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. And I went to go click save, and I accidentally clicked exit without saving, and so all of it just got deleted, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I had to
Oh,
re-edit the
that's-
whole thing.
Similar, it's happened to me before too. I use HitFilm Express to edit my videos, and I think by default autosave is turned off. And before I got the newest the latest version, the version I had previously crashed a lot. So what wound up happening was, you edit 20-30 minutes of footage, and it crashes, and you lose all that progress. So now I have it set to autosave every 30 seconds. Because I am incredibly paranoid about because the worst feeling ever is losing progress on something.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
when you just finish a really complex edit, or you've just laid down music across the whole video and then you lose that, it's like, oh my god, just I can't believe this.
Da Vinci, man. Gotta go with Da Vinci.
I at this point, I don't know what DaVinci is, and I'm too afraid to ask.
It's another editing software. It's what Natural used to use that, don't you?
I used DaVinci Resolve, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm using now. It's super nice because it saves. It automatically saves every, I think it's every minute or something like that. It auto saves quite often. And
I have mine set to autosave permanently. Like I'll make a single change, it saves it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I think that's what mine does too. I knew it saved quite frequently.
So it's not like I'm losing any things. Like if I could just hit the exit button at any time.
Yeah.
Alt F4 and all my progress will be saved.
That is very nice.
It's just something I need living in South Africa where we have power outages fairly often. So
I think that was the very first time I ever talked to you. You're like, yep, power outage. I'm like, oh, okay. That was during Cat's video.
Yeah, DaVinci Resolve I highly recommend because it is on the same standard as like Premiere Pro. It has its own built-in fusion effects for like making special effects, whatever. It has its own audio editor built inside of it. And it's free. Like, there's no reason to not use it.
Yeah.
I'll have to maybe check it out.
They've got...
Is it complex to learn, or...
No. If you already know editing, you'll know DaVinci.
It took me a hot minute because I moved over from Premiere, but that's because Premiere has a different layout than DaVinci. And... once you get the hand, it's super fluent.
That's the nice thing about DaVinci. You can change the layout. You can just snap off the boxes and move them around if you like.
I didn't know that. I just stuck with it the way it was when it came.
Like you can literally just go ahead and like drag off your preview window and put it at the bottom left if you like, or you can just like drag everything around really. And you can choose what you want to see and how you want to see it.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, and like all the audio, like the transitions and everything, a large majority of them are royalty free, so they're all free. Whereas Premiere, you have to pay for almost every extra little thing you want to use, like built-in music and stuff.
That's stupid. No, like you've got fully built-in transitions and everything already in Resolve, and then you can always go and download custom-made ones. And because Fusion, like Premiere has After Effects, DaVinci Resolve has Fusion. So Fusion is basically the same as After Effects, but what's nice about it is it's built into the program. So you don't have to worry about like opening up a secondary program to go and make your effect that you want and whatever.
Let's see.
Super nice.
DaVinci Resolve if you guys want to spot speed.
Man, I did a really nice scripted portion of my latest video, and I had somebody reach out to me and say, "Bro, are you sponsored by VR Chat?" And I'm like, "No," because it really sounded like you were, and I was like, "I didn't mean it to." That kind of sucked.
You get a message from VR Chat, they're like, "Yeah, we're not paying you."
Well, I didn't mean it. I didn't. It wasn't supposed to sound like that, but apparently people thought it did.
Hey, that's just how you know you did a good plug.
I wasn't really trying to plug it though.
Well, no, I mean that's just to try to convince someone to do something, you gotta sell it to them. Whether or not you actually make money off it, of course, doesn't matter. You just gotta sell it to them.
Wasn't my goal.
I know.
I was just mentioning it as like an honorable mention.
Hey guys, not
Yeah,
sponsored.
go.
Go buy this stuff. Yeah, we're getting there. We're about there. An hour and 11 plus minus 20 minutes for the fighting with Kraken and the other stuff.
What are your guys' hopes for Fjordor?
I just want to see the new dinosaur.
Hopefully they have like all the other creatures that normally has like rock drakes and all that kind of stuff. They don't remove it.
Just straight hijacking my comment, huh? I'm kidding.
There's a lot of shade being thrown in this episode. This is a spicy episode.
Yes, spicy. Just like the spicy nuggets I ate for this podcast.
And just like that spicy
Except for they're
microphone
not spicy at
file.
all.
This On Fire 944 is sponsored by Spicy Nuggets.
Sponsor us, McDonald's.
Trying McDonald's today.
What was your favorite dinosaur, actually? Because Cap said you'd mentioned that.
Oh yeah. he
The
did.
Raptor, Rex, and Turbo.
Nice.
To be fair, Turbo's
Yeah.
not a legit dino. It's a mod, but yes, yeah. Well, I guess.
Real life dinosaur.
Yeah. Real life. I meant. My mind went to. Oh yeah, it's talking about ARK.
It's been a bit of a point of contention of whether my logo is a Tarbosaurus or a Rex.
Yeah, it looks like a Rex to me, anyways. But yeah.
That's a Gorgosaurus. It's the only
Gorgos-
correct.
No,
Gorgos.
definitely not.
Giganotosaurus. It's a Spinosaurus, obviously.
NaturalCauzes hates Gorgosaurus, confirmed.
Yeah, it's a Dilo. It's,
Dilo. It's obviously the Jurassic Park Velociraptor.
No.
I gotta play a really loud, there's no way I can vocally make the sound that they make, but I gotta play a really loud Velociraptor sound when that comes up in the video.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, no, now you gotta give us a
I can't
demonstration.
vocalize that.
No, you can though.
Come on.
You have to.
Come.
I mean, what do you want from me? I'm not a Velociraptor.
No,
No, that's how I remember them. No, that's exactly what word for word.
that's it. Guys, someone who's listening to the podcast,
Steven
please go and
Spielberg?
download the movie and just replace all the Velociraptor screams with that.
Wait,
Like,
I need to get in contact with a mod maker. Splice that audio and ask them to put that over any raptor in ARK.
Yeah, every time a raptor attacks.
Yeah.
I'm flattered that you think it's that good. Really.
Because the last episode I did, I named it is a griffin a bird or a mammal, and I'm still.
I'm still firm on my mammal standpoint.
Hey,
Not gonna
I
lie.
told you though that it does not lay.
Right, no, we have to make this. This is a great. We have to make this a fundamental thing we ask every guest.
Is a
is a
griffin a
griffin
bird or a mammal?
Live birth or an egg? Well, not not a mammal, but because obviously it's a mammal. Because birds are mammals, right?
Well,
are they not?
let's do a double
No,
question.
birds aren't mammals.
No, birds are not mammals. They're birds. They're avians.
Bold of you to assume I took biology. All right, last question of the video for Mr. Natural Causes. Is a
Yes.
griffin a bird or a mammal?
Well, considering the fact in lore they do lay eggs, so that would be a bird.
But platypuses and maywings are both mammals that lay eggs.
Maybe it's a platypus. what can I say?
A-wing is fictional. Griffins are also fictional, but less fictional.
What was
than
that? What was that? Griffins are griffins are real confirmed.
Griffins are real confirmed.
I'm
There's your
adding that to the
title.
thumbnail. I'm adding that to the thumbnail.
Someone out there has
Griffins.
tried to introduce an ostrich to a horse to see what they get. And that's a hippogriff. Never mind. An ostrich to a lion to see what they get.
No, but
Behind the scenes of 100 Days and griffins are real.
Griffins are real confirmed. No, but in the actual lore of griffins, they were said to lay eggs in burrows, in the ground, and so griffins will probably be considered as birds.
See, that's why I said last episode. I even Googled it. Well, not last episode. The episode with the lost footage, or lost audio. I looked it up, and it said that griffins are birds because they lay eggs, and Kraken doesn't believe me.
Well, I never said I didn't believe you.
No, you just said you're firm on it still being a mammal. Alrighty, that's going to be it for this episode of the Beach Bobcast podcast. Sorry for it being such a, for being a show. Thank you so much, Natural, for coming to hang out with us today. It was a lot of fun having you. And explaining the...
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, explaining the story of what got you into the game and how it changed your... I guess... could you say it changed your life? Would you say that? I guess YouTube technically did, but...
Well, YouTube and ARK can be combined together.
Yeah. Majority is ARK uploads.
Good old UTARK. Yep.
UTalk, yeah, there you go. ArcTube. Alright. You can find Natural at youtube.com/NaturalCauzes. Just look for the little green T-Rex. You'll know when you see him. can-
It's a Tarbosaurus.
Yeah, whatever it is. Let him decide what it is. And you can find me on twitch.tv/Captain Reptile and youtube.com/Captain Reptile. I don't upload, but you'll see me there. And you can find...
And you can find me, Kraken, inside your walls. Again, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Beach Bobcast. Huge thank you to NaturalCauzes for coming on as a guest. We'd love to have you. And, yeah, always welcome back if ever you would like to.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, well, you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out. Still didn't have an S-Clock.
I hate myself.